remember all my life. That's a pretty good riff. I like that. What's going on, everybody? We're doing a little bit of a different show tonight. We're having it on the main channel just because I feel like not a lot of people know about the second channel, so I decided, you know what, let's get everything looking nice and great here, and then maybe we'll move back over there. I don't know. You think after a couple weeks people would kind of start migrating over there, but nobody really has, and I don't think people really know about it, so yeah, we're going to hang out on here for a little bit. I want to make some videos and talk about some topics and share some advice, things like that. Man, I'll tell you what, there's a question I've been getting recently about CDs. And people were asking me if I'm making CDs for my band, Finals, and things like that. So if you didn't know, I have a band called Finals. I talk about it all the time. I play my music and stuff. But the issue is that people want me to make CDs, and I keep going back to it. And the problem is that I have vinyl, right? And I know vinyl isn't like super popular. It's still popular, but it's not super popular. And the issue is that people want me to make CDs for my band too, and I find there's probably more widely available structure for CDs. People like CDs more, but the issue is that I don't want to spend the time on it to really, because like the vinyl sales have not been great. They're not awful. I mean, obviously it's the best-selling album for my band, but it's the only selling album for my band. So the issue is that I want to spend time making the CD in the future, but people do keep asking me if I'm making CDs, and I kind of don't want to do it. And one of the things I'm kind of thinking about doing is having a Patreon goal. So, for example, if we get, I don't know, 200, 250 members to the Patreon, at $1 a month, that's like maybe $200 and something. It's not $250 because not YouTube. Patreon takes a cut of that, and then there's fees and things like that. But bottom line is that if people are interested enough in it, maybe I will. But the reason I haven't is because people asked me for weeks and months and almost a year to put something out on vinyl, and then I did it, and then nobody bought it. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but we're talking barely double digits. So I think 15 people, something like that. So. Abby says, also, I feel vinyl is more popular than CD. I think CD is more popular than vinyl, but I think vinyl buyers, this is going to sound counterintuitive, but vinyl buyers buy more things. Because if you have enough money to buy vinyl, my interpretation is that you're also buying multiple editions of things like that. Whereas if you're buying CDs mainly, I mean, it's not that expensive to buy a CD. I think if I was going to make a CD, it would cost, I think, $15 or something like that, and you got to think about shipping. But then at that point, it becomes, well, then why not just buy the vinyl? And then the answer to that is, well, I don't have a vinyl player. I just want CD. So then we go back to, should I spend time on this at all? I don't know. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody was talking about this on the Discord, and if you haven't followed me on Discord, you can do that. Linked in the channel description. It's out there. But it's difficult because I could be spending time on the new record that I'm making. I could be spending time on this. I could be spending time answering spam phone calls. Good Lord. No matter how many times I tell them to put me on the do not call list, they just keep doing it. So, anyways, but yeah, if you guys got questions about guitar, music, streaming, let me know. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with playing music for 20 years, obviously playing guitar for 20 years, writing music, streaming professionally for 2 years now. So that's been exciting. But Yeah, it's pretty wild how many people will say something and then they just don't really do it. Because I'll give you an example. Streaming when I was streaming on TikTok, 75,000 people, right? And of course, it's much easier to have people follow on TikTok because people don't actually watch creators on TikTok, if that makes sense. It's whatever the feed tells them. They just keep swiping. They don't look out and seek out certain creators. Whereas YouTube's different. So YouTube's nice because if I'm subscribed to, say, for example, Philip McKnight pops up on my feed all the time, and it's great. Anytime he puts something new out, I'm like, oh, great, Philip has something out. Or you got Chicago Music Exchange, same idea. They put out a new video, I get to watch it, and it's nice. Whereas TikTok doesn't do that. They don't show you new people's stuff. So when I left TikTok to go to YouTube, there was like no migration whatsoever. Even though, arguably speaking, most people watching have both, or they at least visit both. So it's weird to see the community from one area not migrate to another, but that also, kind of makes sense why people say they do something. Oh, I want vinyl. Give me vinyl. And then I put out the vinyl and they go, nah. So it's very strange how that goes. But, yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about how making CDs and making vinyl and how that's like a very odd experience in a digital age. Because if you think about it this way, how many plays does let me pull this up. Let me pull up my distributor real quick. Because I think I have about 100,000 plays altogether on Spotify. That's just specifically Spotify. And when you go and think about that as far as album sales, like, it's hard to really quantify it. But because if you think about it, if you put in a CD, right, you get a vinyl, you get something, you put it out, you can listen to that as many times as you want. You bought it, so it's out there. Brian says, any tips for composition? Give me some more information, man. You guys are very interesting when you ask these questions. You're like, how do I make food? It's like, well, what kind of food are you making? If you make rice, that's different than a pizza. What are you composing? What are you making, buddy? Let me know. I would love to know what kind of music you're trying to make. What are you trying to make? Rock and roll? You're trying to make a rap? Because those are going to be different ideas. You're trying to make polka? You're trying to make salsa? What are you trying to make, bud? Give me some more information. Caesar says, hello, are you into alternative tunings like FAC, GCE? I've tried it. It doesn't really come intuitive to me. I really like standard tuning. I really like half step down, whole step down, drop D, stuff like that. I'm not really into like the Midwestern type of alternate tunings. I think those are, in my opinion, they're kind of silly. And I mean that in the respect of, I don't know what it is about Midwestern emo bands, dude, but for the love of God, I cannot tell one band from another. And this is coming from a guy that loves grunge. You know what I mean? Like, grunge can be pretty generic if you really think about it. Punk, same idea. One punk band is very similar to another punk band. But, dude, Midwest emo, you could put a playlist on of like 50 artists. I could not tell you one band from another. They'd be the same. It sounds like the same stuff. So as far as those alternate tunings go, no, man, I haven't really gotten into it. Brian says blues. You're trying to write blues? That's super easy, man. What are you talking about as far as blues go? What are you having trouble with blues? Explain that, because to me, blues has always been... you got that rhythm? I don't think you have $1,000. You know what I mean? You get that kind of blues rhythm to it, and then you just kind of write whatever you feel on it. You know what I mean? You could do something with that. How do you not got it? How do you not got it, man? Is there any blues artists you like? Who do you like to listen to? Probably Stevie Ray Vaughan. Probably, because Stevie Ray Vaughan's been pretty popular for a long time. Who do you like to listen to with blues? Let me know. I would love to know who you like to listen to as far as blues goes, Brian. Because one person's blues is another person's type of blues. So let me see. Leia says to get publicity because I am new to YouTube. That sounds like an incomplete sentence. What was the rest of the question? Was I right, Stevie Ray Vaughan? Yo, gotcha, gotcha. So if you're trying to write blues stuff, it's honestly kind of like already kind of mapped out. A lot of blues is kind of done. It's not that it's a finished genre. I mean, there's still people making classical music this day, but a lot of the great artists have kind of mined that vein, so to speak. So if you're trying to compose blues, man, and you like Stevie Ray Vaughan, figure out what key your favorite song from Stevie Ray Vaughan is. This is a technique. I'll give you guys a technique real quick. So if you're trying to write music and there's an artist you really like and there's a genre you really like and you're really trying to go towards that, honestly, this is going to sound really strange, but try to play something from memory. Doesn't this sound weird? What the technique does is you try to really finish something that's already done, but since you're trying to remember it, you're going to remember it incorrectly. And you can make your own improvisation with it. So if you're trying to make a blues song, the big thing you want to do is try and figure out what you like, what you don't like, kind of like making food. You know what I mean? If you're making a burger, if you don't like mustard, don't put mustard on it. You know what I mean? So really try and identify what things about Stevie Ray Vaughan are really cool. One of the things about Stevie Ray Vaughan that's pretty great is that he's got that really sharp, biting Strat kind of tone. And if you notice, I got a Les Paul here. This is kind of a thicker sounding guitar. But listen to this. I'm gonna switch it to the full humbucker on the neck. See how thick that sounds? And then if you split the coil, it's real sharp. But if you're trying to like write something, try and identify. Let me explain to me what you like about Stevie Ray Vaughan while I answer some other questions. You explain to me what you understand about it. Let me know. Let me see here. What's my face shape? Oh man, I would say tomato. Let's see here. We got other questions that were pretty cool. Capybara says, "How can I create music, and which application is the best for creating music?" Oh man. That's another really vague, open question. How do you make music? How do you want to make music? There's no wrong answer there. Like, are you talking about recording? Are you talking about trying to get your ideas out there? Are you talking about composition? Are you talking about writing stuff down? What do you mean? Let me know. Yeah, you guys are so funny when you ask these questions. You're like, instead of having a specific problem, you guys have like a really vague issue, which is, how do I get better at this? What do I do? Mr. Gnarly, how do I play music? Come on, give me some more specific. Give me something to bite on. You know what I mean? 26K says, rip and tear. Ooh, the Doom song? I got you, man. I got you. Here, I'll play it for you. There you go. There you go. There's some Doom music for you. Any other brain busters of questions? Smool says, can we hear the clean tone? Yeah, this is clean. You don't like it? I can make it cleaner. Zoe has a question. It says, what do Floyd Roses do? I've seen people complaining about them. Are they bad? I would say of all the tremolo systems, they are probably the best. A Floyd Rose, what it is it takes the strings, and there's a locking mechanism up here, and there's a locking mechanism down here. And then they cut a big block out of the wood so it can move up and down. So you know how when you get a string on a guitar, you can do this? You can bend the note. So what a tremolo does is that it takes the entire bridge, and when you have the whammy bar, you move it, it can go like, see, I can go down. So you can do that. Floyd Roses, what makes them special is they lock, so they don't tend to go out of tune that much. However, they are a pain in the ass They are a pain in the ass to set up. But once you do set it up, they're great. So I really like them. But I'm not a big whammy bar guy. I'm not a big tremolo guy. So all my guitars have fixed bridges. Even the ones that have tremolos, I disable them. I like to make sure that my guitars stay in tune as much as possible. So, Chaw says, do you like Queen? Yes, I do. Queen's pretty dang good. I don't know how to play any Queen, dude. Not a single song can I play all the way through. Sorry, but I do like them. S'mores says my clean tone on my Les Paul doesn't sound like that. Well, I have a single coil neck pickup, so I can just switch it back and forth. It's a really nice effect. I recommend getting coil taps on any guitar with humbuckers. Just adds so much variety. It really does. But they are noisy. So, like, for example, if you get a distortion pedal, right? They get really noisy if you get some distortion. So, any other questions? I noticed that the blues guy left. He's like, oh, man, this is complicated. How do I answer what I like? So, not sure why he left. Let's see here. I don't know what that means, dude. What does that mean? Abby says, why don't you use whammy bars? Because they go out of tune. If you don't set them up perfectly, it's kind of like walking on a tightrope. It's a balancing act. So if you don't set it up properly, it'll go out. You'll break a string. A lot of stuff can happen. It's far less likely to go out of tune with something with like a standard bridge. But I will tell you this. If you get a tremolo, if you get a Floyd Rose and then you lock it, but have it, locked both ways, it stays in tune pretty well. But I don't want to spend all that time. It takes half an hour to get it set up every time you change the string gauge. It's terrible. Evan says, tobacco or lemon burst? I really like lemon burst, man. I'm a big fan of lemon burst. Actually, the next guitar I want to buy is a lemon burst. But I have the cherry. I've got a Les Paul Custom, and there's other guitars in the house, so I don't want to talk about yet. But I don't play them on the show. But yeah, I like tobacco burst too. But it's got to be a light one or more orange. I don't know. It's a little bit different. Data says, can you play the opening to Green High Tides or Green Grass High Tides? It was my stepdad's favorite tune. Yeah, I got you, man. I'll play that for you. Wait, that's a different song. My bad. Anyways, any other questions you guys got? I gotta tune this up a little bit. But as far as composition goes, somebody asked me a question about writing the blues. What I was trying to tell them, I was going to answer the question once they said something, but they didn't. The real answer to that is find what you like, do that. Don't do what you don't like. And I know that sounds like common sense, but if you're trying to do something in a specific direction, go that direction. It sounds silly, but it's a lot of people are like, I really like punk. And then they won't look at what they like about punk. They won't look at the drums. They won't think about the drum beats and things like that. They won't listen to, okay, this guy uses a couple chords and then he's very ferocious with his vocals. And they'll just write something completely different. It's like, okay, but if you're trying to write punk, if you're trying to write something like that, then make something like that. Because it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to make a chocolate cake and you just try and make it from completely blind, you're going to make something else. It's almost impossible to do that. It's very strange. Capybara says, for your question, is all of them? I don't know what part you're answering. I don't know what that means either. What was What was the part of the question? I don't understand. You can't just say all of them. What is that? Yes, no, I want to do this, I want to do that. What does that mean? What part of the car do you like? All of them. What? What part of Stevie Ray Vaughan do you like? What's the cool thing? I don't even know if I was talking to you specifically. That's the funny part. Come on, man, you got to give me more than that. Zoe says, find what you like about certain songs and artists and then use those things in your songs. Yeah, dude, because here's the thing. Best case scenario, you copy it perfectly, right? You do an exceptional job. You're still not going to get 100%. You're still not going to get 100%. On the off chance you do attempt it, you're going to screw it up, but maybe you find something along the way that you like more or differently, and you enjoy it as well. For example, I'll give you guys, there's a song I have called Old Soul. And I really was into the Mars Volta. I was really into a band called Sparta. I was really into Nirvana. I still am, all those bands. But I tried writing something just kind of by myself, and I kind of incorporated ideas to it. So, for example, that whole rhythm of... Dun, dun, dun. That's a cool little rhythm. Boom, boom, boom. So I did... See that rhythm? It's just a simple kind of 4 chords put together in a kind of a neat little rhythm. But I picked different chords. I didn't pick power chords. Even though I could have. I decided to do something different. So it's very interesting how that works. So you just kind of take some ideas. And then for the solo, I did this kind of arpeggio. And originally, it had what's called a delay. Let's make it a little bit slower. Actually, a little bit faster. Let's try that. A little bit faster. This is what the solo originally sounded like. And that was very Mars Volta for me. So that, like I said, you just take pieces of things you like and you put it together. So, yeah, we're at the drive-in. There you go. But let me see here. Somebody said, another question. Do you know about The Ban? Don't know who that is. Can you play their hits? Yeah, I got you. I'll play that song for you right now. 100%. Actually, hold on. Let me answer this question first. Colton says, hey, Pat, do you have any experience trying to record with other people? I have a lot of trouble trying to track someone else. Ooh, interesting. You mean you recording somebody else? Because I do have a bit of experience, yes. If you're having trouble tracking them, what do you mean? Like they're not staying in time, they're not on pitch, they're getting frustrated. What's the problem? Heartbreaker? Doesn't that go like... Isn't that how that goes? I have a new rule for the show, which is anytime somebody asks me to play something, if I know how to play it, I'll play it. That's just a little bit of it. But if I don't know how to play it, I'll play something completely wrong. Let's see here. Colton says a little bit of all those things, but mainly keeping time. Oh, you mean like using a metronome? Yeah, if you're using a metronome, I mean that's pretty much all you can do. If you're not using a metronome, that's okay, but you're gonna have some problems like editing things in and cutting things and things like that. So, on one hand, you could use a metronome. I highly recommend using a metronome. Some people swear by not doing that, and I get it, but they have to be able to play the whole song without stopping for the most part. If they like doing it piece by piece, they're going to screw it up. It's impossible. So if you're playing something and they're having trouble, you just got to listen to them and be like, hey, this is going to take as many takes as it can. Don't think about getting it right. Thinking about just doing it until you get it wrong. I know it's easy for me to say don't worry about it, but just play. And then we're going to record you. And then if you screw up, let me reset, do it again, do it again, do it again. Don't think about it too much. Scratch tracks are great. If you want to play along to an old record, I will tell you something I did recently. So there's a recording I have of my song Featherweight, and I recorded it over a live take. I'll play you a little bit of that, actually, if you want. I'll pull this up. So this is where's the first version? This might be really loud, so hold on. If you guys are wearing headphones, make sure you turn it down for a second because it might be really loud. Sometimes when I open this program up, it's like really loud. So be careful. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Wait, that wasn't so bad. So if you listen to that acoustic, that's a live take. But if you're listening to it on headphones, you can hear there's one on the left and one on the right, too. So I overdubbed it. That's correct. Buddies, overdubs save lives. Yep, you got it. So if you think about it, if you're recording somebody and they cannot stay on a metronome, they kind of suck. But you can work around that. But I'll tell you this. If you really want to record somebody and they can't keep beat, it's kind of on them, dude. It's not on you. But if you're recording somebody and they really want to, do it on beat, do it on time, and have it be easier to edit, then maybe you could just do stretches, right? So, like, for example, I'll go back to the recording. This recording repeats a lot. Like, listen to it. You can tell each part individually. So you can go like, all right, let's do that one part. And then you could just repeat it. There's a lot of ways to do that. It's very interesting. So are you saying that the person you're recording isn't very good at using a metronome? Are you saying that the person is just they don't want to use a metronome? Like what's the major malfunction? I would love to know. Yeah, let me know what the issue is. Then we had Alex who says, "Hi there, bro. Are you familiar with the old gears such as Zoom G 9.2?" No, I'm not. I'm only digital stuff, like the newer, just in the box and the computer thing. I have held the Zoom recorders and things like that. They're kind of archaic, in my opinion. It doesn't mean they're bad. I just don't know how to use them. And I would just rather use what's on my computer because it's like, the newest update. You just download it. You don't have to buy a new piece of hardware. I mean, you could, in theory, download new programs, but I have all the stuff I need, so I don't really mess with that stuff. But that being said, it doesn't mean it's bad. I know the Tascam stuff is kind of coming back, ironically, because people really like the sound. There's an artist named McGee whose entire guitar sound is based off of going directly into a Tascam preamp. And they've made guitar pedals of it now. They sound terrible, but musically they're pretty cool. But they're very interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem, man. Cole, hey, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you. Yeah, they keep time, but they just use strange strumming that kind of jumps in and out of the click. That means they're bad. If it's on, let me show you something. Hold on, we'll put on a click of a 4/4 time. Hold on, let me do this. Let me see how we can do this. Is there a way I can? Hold on a second. Yeah, let me just pull up a metronome on YouTube. Yeah, if they go in and out of time, that's fine, but then you just don't use a metronome. That's the bottom line, is you just can't do it. Let's do 100 BPM. Those are all just like 16th notes, right? Or eighth notes, excuse me. If they can't like play along to a metronome, dude, that's not your fault. That's totally somebody else. Yeah, no idea what's going on with that. Very strange. Thy nose says I already said that. I don't know what you said. What do you mean? Nico says, yo, I don't know if you take song requests, but can you play The Blood by Bethel Music? Yeah, dude, I can play it for you. Hope you like that. Yeah, that rhythm was based on a song I have called Old Soul. Zoe says, man, Pat knows so many songs. They sound the same, too, don't they? It's very funny how that works. I hope that joke is funny and it's not getting old for everybody. I'm getting nerd! Any more good questions? These are some great questions tonight. Thank you guys so much. Oak says, Johnny be good? Why not be bad? Johnny be bad, man. Can he be a bad man? He is kind of a bad man. Oh, it depends on how you look at it. If you're talking about the, what's his name? Chuck Berry. Yeah, he kind of sucks. Can you sing as well? Oh, yeah, dude. This is my main channel where I play music. I'm doing like a bit of a thing where I'm kind of talking to people before my main show. We'll be playing music and, I sing and play guitar and all that stuff at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in about an hour and 15 minutes, I'll be doing that. So stick around. Let me see here. Sav says, what guitar is your favorite? I really like my white and black Strat I have over here. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, your mom texted me. I got to answer her. Actually, she texted me a couple times. Oops. All right. All right, sounds good. All right, let me see. Oh, yeah, the guitar that I really like. I'll show you guys what it looks like. This one. I really like this one. It has a humbucker in the bridge, no middle coil because I don't like middle pickups. They get in the way for me. Sim coil in the neck, and then toggle switch. I don't know. The neck is perfect on it. It plays perfectly well. Stays in tune pretty well. I really like it. So, let's see here. It's a fantastic guitar. Like, I like how this feels better than the Les Paul. But what's funny is if you have a Strat, nobody says anything. If you have a Les Paul, people, I love Gibsons, man. Gibsons are great guitars, blah, blah, blah. I don't like Gibsons. I like Les Pauls, if that makes sense. Clay says, do you like the SG or the Les Paul better? I like Les Pauls. SGs are kind of weird. If you don't know what an SG is, I will show you. It's the Devil guitar that was in School of Rock, and it was in Guitar Hero and all that stuff. It's one of these. They look cool. But here's the problem with most SGs, and it's not really a problem. It's just something that people don't like with guitars. Watch this. If I let go of my arm on here, watch the neck, it'll go down. So it's not balanced. You can find SGs that are balanced, but it's kind of an annoying thing. Almost no other guitar I have does that. So if you have an SG, it's like, oh, you have to hold the neck up. Is that a big deal? No, not really. It's not the end of the world. But it is something guitarists like myself, you've been playing for 20 years, you kind of notice that. But you can do like a... Sounds great. But you can do that with any guitar. It just depends on what you like. I just don't like SGs because they're kind of unbalanced. And I like to have the guitar balanced. I don't like it to move on me. So if I like move my arm, I do something, I don't want it to move that much. So I'm a big Strat guy. I like Strats. But Les Pauls, I like Strats. Jaguars, Les Pauls. Those are my favorite guitars. But if you like SGs, dude, go for it. Enjoy them. Clay says, one of my favorite guitarists uses that. Oh, yeah, he was a big Ibanez guy for a while. He used Ibanez Ice Bands. Yeah, Darren's great, dude. He switched to SGs. He's a big Black Sabbath guy. Hey, use them. I like them. There's no reason not to buy one. They're great. But, like, if you find yourself more comfortable with, like, one of these, go for it. They all sound like guitar. Can we talk about some? Anybody play anything other than guitar in here? Anybody a drummer? Anybody a bass player? Anybody a piano player? Let me know. Also, don't be shy. Ask a question, guitar, music, streaming. Let me know. I will answer you guys' questions. I'm going to be doing this probably on the main channel now because I had a second channel. No one showed up to the second channel, dude. Nobody. So it's very annoying. Which I'm not blaming you guys entirely, but it is very, very strange. Let's see. Onion says a ukulele. Oh, perfect. Ukulele's great, but here's what's funny. If you play ukulele, the way I feel about ukulele is how you feel about guitar probably. It just sounds like guitar. To me, ukulele sounds like ukulele. You could tell me, it's got mango wood. It's got real abalone. This is a herringbone nut on it, the bridge, blah, blah. That's nice. That's cool to talk about. It just sounds like ukulele. Just like how this sounds like a guitar. And all of these sound like guitars. It's your personality that comes through it. Guitars are interesting because they're kind of a talisman. There's like a psychosomatic thing where if you feel it makes a difference, it does. Which sounds weird, but it's like the guitar is like the ultimate placebo effect. Yes, the necks are different. Yes, the frets are different. Yes, the pickups are different. There are things that objectively make a difference in how it feels and how it sounds. But ultimately, you ask somebody who doesn't play guitar, and guess what? It sounds like guitar. It doesn't matter. The same way I think that the snare drum sounds like a snare drum, and of course, there are different snare drums. There's the Black Beauty, there's a Tama, there's bronze, whatever. They are different, but it's not that big of a deal. It still sounds like a snare. So that's how that kind of goes. Like, not one of these guitars that I play sounds bad unless I want it to. You know what I mean? And of course, like this sound right here, where it's like... That's obviously going to sound different than... But it still sounds like a guitar. So anyways, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Tap that screen if you guys are enjoying it. Let me know if you have a question, guitar, music, streaming. We're doing this before the show. We'll be playing music in about an hour and 9 minutes. So if you want to hear me play full songs and sing... Alejandro says, hi, please, Lady Gaga? In the Gata da Vida? In the Gata da Vida. Is that what you're looking for? We got Aaron who says, Slash, big fan of yours. Dude, I love Slash. He's a crazy guy. Have you guys ever seen Slash's Instagram? If you like Guns N' Roses at all, and I think they're okay. I don't really like them, but I like Slash. Go check out his Instagram right now. It is the wildest, weirdest thing, and you know he runs it. He does not pay anyone to run that. It's so weird. Oh, my God, dude. It is so funny. Nug says, what's the best beginner electric acoustic of a guitar? All right, let me explain something. I've said this multiple times on the show, and I'll say it again because you guys are here hanging out with me. Let me explain. So there is no Siegel. There is no, quote, best guitar for beginners. It's whatever you like. So let's get to the bottom of this, everybody. Let's work on this together. This advice will fit to everybody. All right, so what guitars do you think are cool? Do you know any models? Do you know any guitar players? Like if you're a big Hendrix guy, Strats are big popular Hendrix guitars. If you like, for example, Omar Rodriguez Lopez, he plays the double cut Ibanez. He has that signature model now. He used to play Squire, a Cyclone or something, Supersonic. What do you got? Let me know. What do you like to watch? What do you like to listen to? We'll find a guitar for you. Rachel says the SG. Yeah, the one with the silver burst. We were talking about that. Nugs says, what about grunge? What about for grunge? Who's your favorite? My favorite's Nirvana, dude. I play a bunch of Nirvana. I'm a big Nirvana guy, so let me know. I made this guitar. I built it. I bought this and modified it to make a. This is supposed to be like the Live and Reading guitar. Let me show you. You will play guitar more often if you get something you like. And again, that sounds like very obvious. Like, yeah, why wouldn't I? People often tell, oh man, you got to buy this guitar. You got to buy this guitar. Best deal for the money. Blah blah blah. If you don't like what you bought up here, it does not matter how good you get here. You're not going to want to play it. So it's a weird thing. I'm not saying buy something expensive by any means. What I'm saying is buy something you like. There's cheap stuff everywhere. Yeah, it's crazy. So no, we're answering the question, you guys. Stick with me. So we got some Nirvana. Nick says name 5 songs. Dude, you want to see all the Nirvana we cover on the show? Hold on. Let me switch to my other cameras. This is how it usually looks. Let me show you how much Nirvana we play on the show. That's the advice portion of my show. Let me go to the Nirvana stuff. There's all my band's music. Boom. These are all the Nirvana songs I know how to play. All the way through, front to back, side to side. So if you want me to play something in about an hour, dude, stick around. But all right, so let's go back. So let's go find a grunge guitar. Let's go find something grunge. It's criminal there's not more Alice in Chains up there. I mean, if you guys showed up more, maybe I'd add more. But so far, the Nirvana fans show up, so I don't know what that's about. So, all right, so Nugs says, let's find a grunge guitar. Well, let's find one. So let me pull up my browser. We're going to find a guitar together, all right? And if you guys want to jump in, hey, pop in. I'm giving advice. Been playing for 20 years, used to sell guitars for a long time. But now I stream professionally, I play music, all that stuff, so stick with me. Hold on. You guys asking me to play music. I know it's hard to just listen, but we're just going to hang out for a second. So let's find a guitar. I personally think if your favorite band's Nirvana, there's a couple guitars you should look at. One would be the Fender Jaguar. That's a great guitar. I like those. Fender Mustang. Strats. People really like Strats. And then there's a bunch of other ones too, but let's see. Let's find one that you like. Let's go to Fender. I'm not sponsored by Fender. I would love to be, but Fender guitars. Let's go pull this up. You stop me when you see a guitar you like, and I want you to tell me what color it is because you're probably not going to know what model and all that stuff is, okay? So let's watch this together. All right, you with me? And specifically, we're talking to Nugs, who was asking me the question, but you guys, anybody can jump in. It's not a big deal. So let's see here. Microsoft Edge. Here we go. Perfect. We're at website. So if we're looking at a guitar, let me know. Jagstang. Jagstang's pretty good if you like it. But let's see here. I played it. I wouldn't buy one necessarily, but they are pretty neat. They sound better than people give them credit for. So let's see here. Is Nugs still in here? So we got a Strat right here. This is the, what is this? The Plus, which makes it look prettier. It's a little more expensive. But it looks like it's on sale. Oh, is the Black Friday sales going on right now? Yo, that might be the thing to do. Well, yeah, you better buy something now. But these are kind of expensive for people that are starting. But let me see here. You guys have seen anything you like so far? Got a bunch of Strats. Couple $100 off, baby. Telecasters. Anybody like Telecasters better than Strats? Yeah, $200. Here's the problem, though. These were these prices a year ago. So they went up in price. Because I bought this used for like $500. So new they were like $650 or $700. So they were brand new too. Like this was the first month they came out. So Sav says I like my Telly more than the Strat. And okay, well I like Strats, but I think Tellys sound fantastic too. Nick says, oh, here's a question: ugliest guitar in your opinion? Ooh. I know most people say the Jagstang. There was an online poll recently that talked about this, and Jagstang got number 1, which I think is not even close. But I'm going to say, off the top of my head, if I had to pick an ugly guitar that I would never play, it would probably be a Rickenbacker, maybe. I do like Rickenbackers, but yeah. I don't think it's that ugly. I think you could say, I mean, objectively speaking, yeah, who knows? But I don't think it's that bad. Rachel says there's one guitar that repulsed me. I'll find the name. Let's look up Rickenbacker. I don't think Guitar Center sells Rickenbacker, but I'm sure they have used ones. So we can pull this up. Rickenbacker tends to have, the basses look sick. Like this bass is awesome. I think this looks awesome. But they have some guitars where you're just like, what? What's happening? I don't know. I don't think they're the most beautiful guitar. They play great, though. I don't like the small frets. Let's pull up, you know what? Let's go to the used section. Let's just go look up the used stuff. Used guitars. And then we'll see what they have that are the super cheap ones. And we'll see if we can find one that's really lame. Where's guitar? Guitars. There we go. And then we go to low to high. Let's see if there's going to be a bunch of Strats and like cheap acoustics and stuff. So, used to have a SpongeBob electric guitar. That's pretty sick. I like that, dude. Okay, this is pretty ugly. We can all agree this one's pretty ugly. It looks like a PRS that got sick. Not like in the cool way. Like, that's sick. Doesn't that look weird? What do you guys think? 1 out of 10? 10 out of 10? What would you gauge this out of 10? What would you gauge this out of 10? 1 being the ugliest thing you've ever seen. You're going to vomit, and it's going to come out your nose. Or 10 being, you look like it's like you're looking at the face of God. What do you think? What do you think? Headstock included? I mean, it's not the ugliest thing, but it's pretty close. A lot of the non-name brand goofy guitars that are in packs and stuff, they tend to have like really just like little kid drew this shapes. Very basic out of 10 is what I would say that. Yeah. That's what I would say. Let me know. 3s and 5. Yeah, a bunch of generics, which to be honest, you kind of don't want that. You know what I mean? Let's look, what's the Breadwinner? Do they have a Breadwinner? That's a really crazy looking guitar. Check this battle axe out, dude. I actually don't hate this, but I don't know if I would ever buy this. The headstock is atrocious, though. I think, let's be real here for a second. If you get a headstock on a guitar, that really makes or breaks it. Do you know how many guitars I've seen with a terrible headstock? And I'm like, it plays great, but that thing is so ugly. Yeah, the Ovation headstock, terrible. But look at this thing. It looks like dude, if you swing that at somebody, you would slice them in half. You would absolutely annihilate them. Ovation has a couple electrics, too. They have another one that's really odd looking. I saw one of those in a really good color, and it changed my mind. So, okay, here we go. Let's check out these acoustics for a second. What do you think about these? You guys love them? Hate them? What do you think? Ovation kind of mastered the art of making the best cereal bowl that also can be used as a guitar. So that's what I always talk about with these. That was it? This is the one you're talking about? I think it's pretty. But as an acoustic? I don't know, man. What do you think? Everybody, yes, no? 1 out of 10? 10 out of 10? What do you think? The Ovation CE44X 9BG. Great name. Terrible name. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about. But I like how we lost track. I was supposed to be giving advice about grunge guitars, but honestly, grunge doesn't really have a guitar specifically. But I know that a lot of people really like Fenders, like Jaguars and Jazzmasters and things like that. And the reason they like them, Mustangs, is because they were cheap. They didn't want to buy Strats. They didn't want to buy Les Pauls. They wanted to have something a little different. D18s are great, dude. I love Martins. Martins are sick. I really want to go to the Martin factory. I would love to. Yeah. D28, D45. I sold 2 $10,000 guitars once. Humble brag, I know, but I couldn't believe somebody just bought it. They didn't even buy it for themselves. They bought it for it was the husband and the wife, and it was the wife's brother. Apparently he's some big shot guitar player. And I swear to God, they showed up. And they're like, what is the best guitar in the store? And I was like, I don't know, man. How much you got? And they're like, price is no option. And I went, all right. So I went into the back, and I pulled out, and I unlocked the case, and blah, blah, blah. And I took it out. And they're like, really? Show me the $10,000 guitar? I'm like, yeah. It's a piece of history. This is a piece of history. Johnny Cash, Neil Young, everybody you can think of, they played this model. The one that you're buying right now, this is what they played. And they were like, whoa, cool. And they went, all right, get the case. And I was like, what? So that was a pretty nice paycheck that month. But to be fair, you got to show people cool stuff. You got to show them the nice stuff. So now there's some guy. Oh, and this is the funny part too. When he bought it, he had a debit card, right? He took it out and he like set it on the counter, and it went boom, and like dust came up. First of all, the counters were filthy, but guitar shop. Second of all, the card had weight. It was made of metal. It was amazing. But yeah, he bought a $10,000 guitar for his wife's brother. So it's pretty cool. And then I sold a second one. Ha ha! It was great. Let me see here. DX says, "Can I ask you to hear El Circulo de Fuego, the Ring of Fire? The Ring of Fire." Russell says, "If we're asking questions right now," and we are you planning on learning new songs to cover? Yeah, there's definitely songs that I've been learning. I was supposed to put them on a couple days ago, but I get distracted and I have to take care of things first, and different priorities pop up and do certain things. So there's a couple new songs I'm adding for the show, which, if you didn't know, we don't just talk here. We play music. In about an hour, so say 95 minutes, 55 minutes I'll be playing music on here, so stick around. DX says, "I think you would do an amazing cover of that song." Do you? Interesting. Let's see here. Machine says, "Do you know the film Desperado?" I'm aware of it, but I don't remember it. It's been a very long time since I even heard of it. But no, I don't know anything about it. Nick says, "Used to be a huge Bob Dylan fan. Ever think of picking some of his music up?" His stuff? You mean his music? I do like Bob Dylan too, but I don't really know if I really want to play Bob Dylan. First of all, it's one of the things about Bob Dylan is he kind of talks. Let me get some sunglasses on to get the Bob Dylan thing going. Do I look like Bob Dylan? So like Bob Dylan does this thing with his music, and everybody really likes him. But part of his voice is part of what makes Bob Dylan so great. So you get that. Mama told me to turn around. I can't take this anymore. What made me think about Bob Dylan more is like I like to play certain songs on the show. So instead of learning his songs, what if I just did music like him, playing other people's songs? Like, for example, Weezer, "Say It Ain't So." You can do that. Oh, yeah. All right. Somebody's hiney spreading my icebox. Somebody's cold one, babe, is giving me chills. Guess I'll just close my eyes, babe. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? I call it Dylanizing. But, it's... I like his music. I don't know if I would ever play his stuff on the show that often, ever. But it's good. I do like his music. But I'd rather play stuff like Bob Dylan as a joke, But that's all I can do. So... Let's see here. Grayson says, "What do you think is the best way to learn guitar from home?" Oh, dude, YouTube. Go on YouTube. There's a whole bajillion videos on how to play your favorite songs. Everything's out there. Hold on, let's do it together. We'll pull something up. There's a guitar we were making fun of earlier. It's a great color. I guess. So let me pull up YouTube. Let's see here. We got... What's the... everybody, let me know what song should we learn? Who asked me that question? Grayson, what's a song you want to learn? Let me know. Give me something. What are we going to learn here? Oh, this is default YouTube. Trash. Default YouTube. It's made for babies. Let's see here. Anybody? Simple Man, Russell says. All right, we'll pull that up until Grayson says something. So let's look. How to play Simple Man. We'll type that in. And then we got Marty, who's kind of like the YouTube guitar guy. He has a signature guitar now, which is hilarious. I don't know why he does, to be honest. I'm not mad at him. But you think signature guitars would be for musicians, not for guitar teachers. That's just the way things go now. Rick Beato, great interviewer. He has a signature guitar. No idea why. All right, anyways, this is an ad. We don't care about that, but let's see what Marty has to say. So we're going to pull up Marty. From your phone. Here's an ad. Get out of here. Sweetwater. We give you candy. All right, so what he's going to do is he's going to teach you how to play Simple Man. Simple as that, baby. Simple as that. So you pull it up. This video is 9 years old. So I can't play it because copyright and all that stuff. But anyway, so he tells you how to do it. He gives you tablature. He gives you little lessons. He tells you what fingers to go where. It's right there, man. James says Rick B is a great player. Oh, no, he is. But let me put you this way. Would you put Rick Beato next to Slash? That's what Gibson did. I don't think that makes sense. Would you put Rick Beato next to Jimmy Page? Would you put Rick Beato next to, God, any of them? Literally any of them? I don't think so. Oh, in an interview, he's great. No, again, this is not me trying to, shit talk Rick Beato. He's amazing. He smokes me. He could smoke me in one drag. But why is he next to them? I don't get it. I don't understand. So, Thomas says I don't understand the guitars with two necks. Oh, that's just for fun. That's it. Just for fun. So if you're playing, for example, right? And you want to switch to an electric, so you can do the solo, you can do that. That way you don't have to switch guitars. You just have two. And then it's like, okay, I'll just do this. No big deal. No stairway! Denied! Anyways, but yeah, the whole point is that you just switch. That's it. It's just for fun. It's not even practical. Sav says, do you like any emo? It's funny. Emo used to mean like punk goth, essentially. It was like My Chemical Romance and Good Charlotte and Green Day for a little bit, kind of, sort of. There's a lot of emo bands out there, but like it just kind of split into there's Midwest emo now, and then there's just emo, and then there's screamo, and then there's metalcore, and then there's hardcore, and there's mathcore, and there's deathcore. So it's like, what do you mean by emo? I don't know. Is Paramore considered emo? I don't, but I consider them more pop punk, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're closer to Blink-182 than, My Chemical Romance, in my opinion, but they're not quite the same. That's what's weird about genres, is that when you really kind of dissect them, like look at Korn and System of a Down. They're both considered nu metal. They really don't sound that much alike. You know what I mean? And then you look at Slipknot, and then you look at Korn. It's more of an overlap there. Not really. In my opinion, genre has more to do with the era that you're kind of known for. Are you innovating? Are you something new? You kind of get lumped together. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. James says, do you like Linkin Park's music? Yeah, they got some good stuff, man. I like them. They're fun. What's that one song? I don't know any Linkin Park. I'm sorry. Oh, that's not true. I know a little bit. What's that one that goes like? Stuck in my head again. What's that one called? Giving Up? I know that one. Sort of. It's dropped C sharp, by the way. Yeah, you would know that. Which one? Wait, the other one or the one I was just playing? The other one, right? You like the first two records? Oh, dude, they're great. I'd say the first 3 or 4 records are good, but everything after that I never really got into. Yeah. They got a couple stray songs that would get me, and I'd be like, oh, this is cool. But then, if only Meteora was here. We have a mod named Meteora on the show who really loves Linkin Park, so Obviously, by the name, you can tell. Sab says, "Do you like hum? Hum." It's pretty good. Fritz, thank you for the $1.90 in, what are those, ruples? What is that, like 17 cents? Oh, hold on, let me move this. I have a thing up there that says, hey, thank you. How much is what is those? Are those rubies or ruples? What are those? I don't know. Did you guys like that? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? It's pretty cool, man. Also, if you guys put, if you want to test this out, if you type the YouTube emojis, they pop up on the screen, or they should. So it's pretty funny. Let's see here. Brazilian dollar? Oh, is it a real? Ah, interesting. So I think that's 1/5, 1/4, something like that. So it's, yeah, it was like 12 cents. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not being shitty, but I was just like, what is that? I don't know what that money is. Jazzy says, why are you live on this channel today? Usually it's the second. Because the second channel people don't show up to. And this kind of seals the deal. So we have 50 people in here right now hanging out, which, by the way, if you guys are more than welcome to talk, guitar music streaming, let me know. But yeah, the second channel, I had a second channel where I had just talking, and then this is just music. People just didn't show up to the second channel. I don't know why. And it's evident that people just don't want to click off to go to a different one, which is, hey, whatever. No big deal. I'll have to deal with it, but it's fine. Fritz says, play some Nirvana, man. See, that's why we originally had the second channel, because people would ask me to play music. And I'm like, nah, we're just kind of talking right now. And then, it just happened too much. But I'll play some Nirvana. What Nirvana song do you want? James says bass guitar is nice. Bass? No. Little guitar. That's what I like. Nick says, might have something to do with YouTube live recommendations. Oh, I'm sure it's because of the subscribers and things like that. So it's not a big deal. But if it's, I post about it a couple times. So DJ gets the joke. Thank you, buddy. Dude, shout out to DJ. Love it. James says, you're right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Fritz says, blue. I'm not going to blow it. I'm going to play the song. Play November Rain. Is that a Nirvana song? I thought that was a different band song. What is that? Guns N' Roses? Prince? Creed? Sweetwater Creed Revival? What is it? Jazzy, I don't think you're intelligent enough to be AI. Sorry, buddy. Maybe just artificial. That's a sick bird. I'm sorry. I got your ass. Captain says, could you play High Hopes solo, please? I can play it. You want me to play it? I thought we were playing November Rain. Or wait, I thought we were playing Nirvana. What is happening in the chat? What are we doing? What are we doing? / Guns N' Roses, November Rain. I thought it was part of the Star Wars soundtrack. I thought it was from The Mandalorian. I thought it was from Led Zeppelin. I thought it was from the Scorpions. What are you talking about? AUM says, do you use plugins? Yeah, I got to plug in my guitar. Dude, I'm on fire right now. Don't lie. Can we get some fire in the chat? Dude, I'm insane. These are hilarious jokes. Violet says, you look like my dad. Ask your mom. Ask your mom if she recognizes me. Woo! Gotcha. All right, what do we got here? Bleach by Nirvana, the whole album. You want to play the whole album? What do you want to hear from Bleach? What do you got? We got some chuckles out there. Right on. Thomas says, I thought it was from Beethoven. The movie? With the big dog? What is that called? Does anybody know what I'm talking about with that? Oh, that's hilarious. Play the Lil Wing solo. What are we playing? I thought we were playing Nirvana. Everybody's asking me for different stuff. Key sends a $5 donation. Thank you to Key. Everyone say thank you to Key for sending the second donation of the night. But we got some USD now. Thank you so much. Got any stuff that is signed by famous rock stars? No, I don't have any autographs by anything. I have a Les Paul signature model, though, if you guys want to see it. Well, that one's not signed by him. Yeah, I got a... This is going to be a great joke. Yeah, I got Les Paul. It's got his signature right there, if you like it. No. Sorry. No, I don't have anything signed by anybody. I don't really collect that stuff. But great question. Thank you so much. Yeah, do you ever think about that for a second if you play guitar? This is a signature model. Isn't that funny? People have signatures of signature models. It's pretty funny, dude. I think it's great. Zoe says, hey, Pat, do you know Stairway to Heaven? Yeah, I do. I got you. You want to play Stairway? I thought we were playing Nirvana. What happened? A bunch of people said play Nirvana, and then they just stopped. Let's see here. I could sign my own guitar. I probably should. That way everybody knows it's me. All right, so what were we playing? Stairway to Heaven, right? Okay, I got you. All right, here we go. Ready? Walk this way, talk this way, walk this way, talk this way, walk this way, talk this way, walk this way, talk this way. There you go. What song were we doing? I thought we were doing Nirvana. What happened to the Nirvana fans? Psh, get out of here. I guess we're not playing Nirvana after all. B. Todd says, where do you buy your guitars from, Pat? I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to have some sort of like, what's it called? Sponsorship that's not sponsored kind of thing. So I don't want to do that. However, I will tell you this. I buy them. They are not given to me. Anytime I get a guitar to smash on the show, which we do. If you didn't know, we smash guitars on the show. I buy those. So I usually buy the ones that are damaged, stuff like that. So let's see. Budweiser says, can you play The Game by Motorhead? Yeah, I got you. Fritz says, play Blue. You want me to play the riff? Blue? I can play the Blue riff for you if you want. What we got? Motorhead. The Game. Doesn't that go like this? I don't remember the rest, but he does that cool. He does something cool like that. I can't remember. What were we doing? We're doing Stairway to Motorhead? I don't think that's what I played. Blue. We were supposed to play Blue. Yeah, I can play that a little bit. Yeah, give me a second. If you send me a couple bucks, dude, I'll do it. Switch guitars real quick. It's in a different tuning, so. Yeah, we're going to be playing music at 9, though, just so you know. So we're kind of answering questions right now. What was I supposed to Blue? That's right. Like a blue. Like a blue. Is there another reason for your shame? Could you believe who knew the such a strange is another word that runs in shame? There you go, a little bit for you. Thank you for the donation, buddy. Yeah, I'll play the whole song for you at 9. I'll play the whole song. We're just kind of answering questions right now. But if you send a donation, I'll play some for you. What do we got here? Colton says, do you remember what the first difficult songs you learned so well? I think it was Coheed and Cambria's Welcome Home. That was one of the first songs I tried to learn. That song goes like this. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. So hold on. It goes, And then it goes in that. been a long time since I played this, though. You could have been all I wanted, but you weren't honest. Now get in the ground. Something like that. And the solo is pretty sick. He's got that. I don't know how to play the solo, dude. It's a fun song, though. It's really good. Yeah, it was only like one of the first songs, so I was like, it's like 15 or something when I learned that. It's been a while. It's been a while, dude. Colin says it'd be awesome to add to the list. I think it's like a 7-minute song, though. So I don't really want to play a song that long. How long is it? It's a great song. I love it. No, it's only 4 minutes and 30. Well, that's the single version. How long is the real version? 6 minutes, 15 seconds, baby. Yeah. Which is, ironically, that's as long as Rooster is, but Rooster's a lot easier to play. You get that. We need a little bit of reverb. Found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn, sting and sweat. So I can't play the whole thing. I'll get in trouble. But I can play a little bit. The bullet screams across the sky. Wife and kids and household pets. B-Todd says, do you recommend pedals? Yeah, there's a bunch of pedals. What do you want it to do? That's like saying, what colors do you recommend? What are you painting? What are you trying? What are you buying? What are you selling? Yeah, you got delays. You like reverbs. You like distortions. What do you got? Because I like delay. You get like a really cool... Something like that, right? Yeah, get a delay. Let me see here. What was the question? Somebody said, what pedals? The George says, can you sing Hello, It's Me Again? Hello, Me, It's Me Again? I have no idea what you're talking about. It might be mega annoying. Maybe people play that to death. Let's see here. B-Todd says, I think reverbs are cool. Oh, yeah, if you want a reverb pedal, dude, I got you. Here, come with me, everybody. We're going to go on the internet. We're going to look at reverb pedals. Yeah, I'll tell you which ones are good. Did I miss the Gary Moore solo? You wish, buddy. Let's go to, I guess we'll go to Sweetwater today. So let's see here. How much money you got? What's your budget? How much money you got for pedal? Because I really like, Boss is kind of a standard. Everyone really likes Boss pedals. They're very durable and they're very cool, but they're kind of like behind in the times, so to speak. They're kind of like Toyota, if you know anything about cars. They kind of wait for other people to do stuff, and then they kind of make it, more reliable and pretty standard. So let's see here. Thomas says the song he's asking about. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I was being silly. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Cool Killer says last 4 notes sounded like Gary Moore. It might have been. Let me see here. All right. Let's see. Did we get a price? Well, how much money are we spending, B-Todd? Let me know. Because if you say like $20, you're gonna be getting a hallway. You're gonna go into a bathroom and you're gonna play in there. That's your reverb pedal. B Todd says any price. All right, well, we'll give you the whole thing. One of the big ones is the Strymon Big Sky or Blue Sky, depending on how much money you got. The Big Sky is the one right here. It's huge. It's got a lot of great sounds. But obviously $500 is a lot of money for a pedal, but this is probably one of the best pedals you can buy. Then you have like the Boss RV series. I have an RV5 down here by my feet, and if you want to listen to that, it sounds, one of the sounds sounds like this. It's got kind of a chorus. Oh, somebody subscribed. Who subscribed? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, buddy. Sorry that was behind that. I gotta move that up. There we go. Next time you subscribe, it'll pop up there. Sorry about that. Valhalla, apparently. The spring, is that a spring reverb? I can't remember. Cool Killer. Sounds kind of like the 505. It is. Yeah, that's the pedal I use for 505 when I cover it. Well, I'm going back to 505. You know what I mean? But yeah, that chorus sounds great. But you get a lot of great sounds out of it. But that would probably be in the Strymon Big Sky. I'm sure it is. But the digital reverb from Boss, that's a great pedal. I haven't really messed around with the RV6. I have the RV5, which I enjoy. But usually with the kind of a multi-effect pedal, you kind of just find one pedal sound and you just keep it at that. Because having to go through menus on your pedal is kind of lame. Because you're kind of holding up the show. Usually you want to press a button and then like switch it to the song you need it to be. That's usually the best way to do that. The TC, oh, this is a good one, the Hall of Fame. That's another really good pedal. I like TC Electronics and stuff. That's fun. Let's see here. Earthquaker Devices has some pretty neat stuff. I've never used this one, but I'm pretty sure it sounds excellent. But it's probably kind of limited. You know what I mean? Like I said, the ones would have multiple functions. Those are great. Yeah, we're on the main channel, dude. Yeah, I decided to do it on this one, and I guess it's better for most people. People really like me being on the main channel, so we'll probably do it from now on here. Where's the really terrible, not terrible, I should say. Let's be a little more polite. What's the terrible pedal that everybody kind of used for a while? Price, low to high. It's the Electro Harmonics. Where's the one? That was, I remember using it, and I was like, this is terrible. Even though I like Electro Harmonics. They have, these are pretty bad pedals, too. The Walrus Audio Fundamental Series. These would always go, I'm not going to say they're terrible because they're bad quality. The people had a lot of issues with these. When I worked at a guitar shop, people would often buy these and return them and stuff. So if you're looking at pedals, you'll see these Walrus Audios. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means people didn't like them. And I don't know why exactly, but they were all over the place. The Memory Boy, the Memory Toy, those are great delays, not really a reverb. Where's the Electro Harmonics? Is it the Spring Chicken or whatever it's called? Hold on. Let me type this in. You know what I'm talking about? Anyone know what I'm talking about here? Electro-Harmonics has a pedal, like a, it doesn't matter. I can't remember. But if you're looking at reverbs, dude, you're going to have to go to a store, sit down, mess with the settings a lot, try out, see what's creative to you. I don't think there's necessarily bad pedals out there, but there's pedals that people feel really aren't worth the money. So, I mean, I really like the RV5. But like I said, that just stays in one setting, and it sounds beautiful to me. I really like it. Isn't that glorious? Oh, and real quick, if you were on the second channel, I'm not dissing you guys. I'm saying that the people that didn't show up, that's who I'm talking about. I'm saying no one was there, as in those people weren't there. If you were there for the second channel, hey, I appreciate you. I'm not upset about you at all. Yep. Any other guitar questions? Anything about music, streaming, guitar? You guys can ask me pretty much whatever you want, but those are the ones I actually have advice about. Because if you ask me about like accounting, I'll just leave. Anyway. That's weird, Cool Kill. There's another thing you can do with reverb that's pretty cool. You can do like a swell. You can do something like this. Thomas says, can amps actually shatter windows? You can shatter glass with your voice, dude. You ever see that? People can do that. I don't do that, but you can. So yeah, you can find the resonant frequency of glass. Yeah. Whatever it is, you can do it. I've seen it. As far as an amp doing it, I don't know. You have to figure out what the resonant frequency for the glass is, but I'm pretty sure most glass these days kind of has like stuff to stop that. But I'm not a glass guy, but this setting on the guitar sounds pretty glassy. Whoops, I had my volume down. Isn't that funny how we give like physical characteristics to sounds that are visual? Like this sounds very glassy, or this sounds woolly, or this sounds very, whatever. Like if you think about ice, the sound of ice, for example. Here, let me pull up a setting for what I would consider to be ice. Pull this up. Hold on. Tell me if I'm wrong. Don't lie to me. Hold on. Where's the delay? There we go. Echo Man. Turn this up. Turn that feedback up, baby. Turn the delay up a lot. All right, you let me know if this sounds like ice in a cave. Hold on. Oh, we need a digital delay. I'm sorry, I got the wrong delay. We need digital. Because it makes it like really choppy delay. Nope, that's not the one we want. Nope. Where's the good digital delay? Come on, man. Hold on. Oh, I remember where it's at. Slash. Slash is a good delay. There it is. Hold on, everybody. You hold on. Now we need more feedback. Sound like a ice cave. I always call that the ice cave. We need it longer. Louder. There we go. Cleaner. We need cleaner. Maybe a little phaser in there. Let's put a phaser on that. Where we got a modulation. Phaser. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what an ice cave would sound like, right? If you're closing your eyes, like it's a cave filled with ice. Maybe a little bit higher. All right, enough of that joke. But yeah, so it's just interesting how sounds, you can make a sound and you're like, oh, that's what it's eliciting. That's what it's trying to say. This is very, very cold, very cave-like. And it's like, okay, the echoes, literally caves are echoey, right? And then for some reason, glass in a video game or something, or like glass, ice in a video game has like sort of like a weird pad sound. If you've ever heard of like a synthesizer pad, it sounds like that. So it's very weird how that sounds. But yeah, with different effects, you can achieve different different qualities. So I don't know. What point were we trying to make? We were just kind of talking about different sounds for different pedals, stuff like that. North Pole's type beat. If I knew how to play that. I don't know how to play that. But you know what I was trying to play. That's all I'm trying to do. I had the first two notes, I think. Any other questions? Anything you guys got? You guys got about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that? Yeah, Jingle Bell Rock, exactly. I was like, I don't know how to play it, but, that's what it's kind of reminding me of. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, we're going to be playing some music in about a couple minutes. I mean, like full songs, the whole thing. Not just me screwing around kind of thing. But if you guys got questions before the show, you can always ask me some. Let me know. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Blake says, if you do make a CD, will it have the blank song on it? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know if it'll have enough room on the CD, but we'll have to figure that out. We're talking about that. Derek says Power Rangers. Interesting. Bunny says, do you like bass leads on songs? If I can get away with not having a bass on the song at all, I would. But I can't. So, bass leads. What's a song with a bass lead? What do you mean? Cool Killer says more Jingle Bell Rock. I don't know how to play it, dude. Nick says, are you based out of the West Coast? I'm in the ocean. See me struggle to play something I don't know how to play. I think it goes like this. You said try just chords at the end? Okay. I don't know the next note after that. I don't know. I'm going to keep embarrassing myself. Man gives advice about music, can't play Jingle Bells. That's going to be the name of the episode. I'll clip that for you guys. Don't worry about it. Let me look it up. Oh, it's so simple. It's so simple. Why couldn't I just Jingle Bell Rock? Come on, guys. Jingle Bell. That's hard to sing and play, actually. That's pretty funny. All right, I was right on the first couple notes, I think. Wait, hold on. 12. Oh! Do-do-do-do. That's pretty funny. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. If I could swear right now, I would. I got you. That's a pretty good. You know what? To be real, I know it's a Christmas song, and people are like, "Oh, I don't like Christmas music." But dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the Christmas songs are some of the best songs ever written. Pretty sure most of them are written by like one guy. We've got to wait for Thanksgiving for sure. I'm a big Thanksgiving truther. Where that sounds scary. I just hope I just don't celebrate or do anything for Christmas until after Thanksgiving. So anybody who has their trees up, who in the audience has a family or is out there with a family that has the tree up already? Who are you? Show yourself. Show yourself. Let me see who you are. Terrible, dude. Don't ever listen to me about advice. I don't know how to play anything. I suck, dude. Let's see here. Nobody wants to admit, huh? I know at least one of you statistically really wants to celebrate Christmas early, and you don't like Thanksgiving. And then I know a lot of you are not American, so you're like, what the flip is Thanksgiving anyways? Don't worry about it. And I know that Canadians celebrate different stuff. You're like, yeah, that's a given. Let's see here. Max says, what do you think is the greatest guitar ever made? Probably the Fender Stratocaster, but I'm a little biased there. Probably the Fender Strat, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Here's the top 5 reasons the Fender Stratocaster is the best guitar ever made. Number 1, it's pretty inexpensive. Compared to the Telecaster, it's not the most inexpensive, but it's one of the least expensive guitars to produce. It's pretty easy to. The bolt-on neck, maple, the body shape. It's comfortable yet not compromised. So that's a big one. The fact it's not that expensive. You could find them everywhere for $100 or less, even if you wanted to. Or even if you didn't want to, you'll find them at garage sales, flea markets, your mom's basement, stuff like that. Number 2, the top 5 reasons why the Fender Stratocaster is the best guitar ever made. Not only is it inexpensive to purchase, and the fact that they're everywhere, they're easy to repair. So you could literally build this thing in your garage with a screwdriver if you really wanted to. When I say build, I don't mean like make, like as far as, wood crafting and stuff like that, but you can just buy the parts. And look, there's 4 bolts right here, screws right here. And then, a couple electronic soldering, you're fine. It'll take you probably half an hour to put this thing together at the most. To assemble it, I should say. Not to, build it from scratch, but to assemble one. It's so easy to repair and fix. So if I drop this guitar and the neck usually doesn't break, but if, let's say, I dent something on it really bad, just take the neck off, put a new one on. That's what I did with my Jaguar. Same idea. Top 5 reasons why Fender Strat's the best guitar in the world. Number 3. They're widely available, and that's kind of one of those things where, yeah, it's been around for 75 years, but they're everywhere. You can go to Indonesia, you can go to Africa, you can go to Israel, you can go to India, Indiana, wherever you want to go. It's maybe not in Israel as much. Well, I don't know how they play guitar over there. Anyways, but we're gonna keep playing some. I don't know. Anyways, let me go back. let me move on from that. That was me trying to make fun of Israel for a second, but yeah, I was gonna say that has nothing. The whole. Anyways, we're gonna move on. So as far as it being everywhere, it's just you can go to any place in the world, you'll find one. So parts are really easy to find. They're inexpensive, and if you need one, you can get one. Try that with a Les Paul. They're pretty popular. It's a very popular brand of guitar, but you really can't find them everywhere. Top 5 reasons the Fender Stratocaster is the best guitar in the world. They sound good. They sound great. I don't think there's anybody who sits down and says they sound bad. I mean, that's a subjective opinion. But objectively speaking, a lot of people out there have a Strat. Most guitar players have at least one Strat. Or if you go to a recording studio, you have at least one. So, top 5 reasons the Fender Stratocaster is the best guitar ever made. They're comfortable. They're very comfortable to sit with. Like if you look at the body cut right here, you can see it in the light. See, it's like a bevel right here. So you sit with it, and it just goes, whoosh, sticks to you, right? And then your arm right here, again, comfortable. Not every guitar, and I know that sounds silly, not every guitar actually has contours on it. Most of them don't, actually. Most of them have like a carved top. Most of them have some sort of flaw with them, and Strats have some flaws too, but they're just not as comfortable, man. Like when I sit with this thing, it hugs me back. You know what I mean? Don't you want a guitar that hugs you back? Top 5 reasons Fender Strats are the best guitars ever made. So, anyways, that's my top 5 reasons off the top of my head. So, somebody said, what was it? How to make money with guitar? You mean just make money in general with music? What do you mean? I want to know. Because if it's with music, I could definitely answer that. Sav says Telly doesn't have any. You mean the contours? Some of them do, but not all of them. No. Let's see here. Thomas says, have you heard of the band called Refused? Yes, I have. Thank you, Max. Cool Killa says your mom hugs me back. Yeah, it's because why wouldn't she hug you, man? You're the homie. Let's see here. Thomas says he can't find the clues, the blues clues, as it were. Are you talking about me? Excuse me? What are you talking about? Wasn't there somebody asked me a question about making money? You talking about money with the guitar? You guys, does anybody make money with music? If you make money with music in the chat, say something. When I say make money, I mean like at least minimum wage. At least minimum wage. Do you make enough? Let me know. Let's see here. John says, when is the new album coming out? Maybe next month. That's the only answer you're going to get. Maybe next month. We'll see. Cool Killer says, I made money with music. How much money? At least minimum wage? You think? Wouldn't that be funny if Cool Killer was actually toasting a bossy? It's an alt account. And they're just trolling me. You're like, haha, this guy's funny. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go play in Milan. I'm gonna go play in a worldwide tour in just a moment. Cool Kill says, at a time, yes. Really? Good job, dude. I wouldn't put it past you. Nobody else. Hold on. Can we just say something real quick? For those of you watching at home, I'm going to be playing music in about 8 minutes on this show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream. We're going to come back. I'm going to play some more music for you. But I want to know, everybody, are you guys waiting for me to start playing music? Because I see a lot of people not asking questions, not asking for advice, which is, hey, you don't have to. It's not against the law. But it is kind of funny to be watching a show like this to be like, okay, keep talking, funny man, keep talking. Cool Killer says, now I work in sales. I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in what you call capital. There we go. All right, please play Nirvana. Yeah, I can play some Nirvana for you. You want to hear some Nirvana? Are you guys all subscribed? What is going on? There cannot be 75 people in here just going like this. You guys are crazy. No, actually, this is what it looks like. They're like this. All right, well, good to hear it. All right. Glad to hear it. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, you guys. I'm going to grab a snack, get some water, and then I'm going to come right back. So if you haven't subscribed yet, we're going to be playing some music on the show, and it'll look like this. Got all my favorite bands up there. We got Nirvana. We got Deftones, Radiohead, Foo Fighters, Alice in Chains, Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day, Weezer, Arctic Monkeys, Pearl Jam, Sublime, White Stripes, a whole bunch of other bands. And then my music, if you want to hear something. So I'm going to take a break. If you haven't subscribed yet, do right now. Let me know in the chat if you subscribed. I'm not going anywhere until I see it. I want to know what's going on in the chat. Shower is wild. What? What? I'm literally in the shower. Okay. What does that have to do with me? Chris says, did, bro? Hey, thank you. Zoe says, for real? I agree with you. Blake says, I'm back. Okay. All right. I want to see who's out there before I leave. Before I leave, Zoe's out there. Machines. All right, cool. Proper fun. Yes, very cool. Proper. Logan says, I'm sub, dude. All right, very good to hear. People are like, haha, I told him I'm sub, but I'm not. You can't check. I can't, no. All right, well, you had your chance to say something. I would have said something nice to you. Thank you so much to Cool Killer, Thomas, Logan, Machine, Zoe, Blake, Chris, Ryder. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, I'm going to take a break for about 5 minutes. I'll come right back, okay? If you want to hear some music, come back. See me. I'll see you guys in a second. Bye.